Lote Titus from Kacheliba. He logged in and left. Where is he?
I'm here. Mr. Speaker, I rise up today to discuss this very important matter that touches on this House, that is the National Government Constituency Development Fund, and also put a lot of emphasis on the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, having been the CEO, the immediate CEO of this fund. Mr. Speaker, I think when the President was addressing this House, he actually accepted that the fund called the National Government Constituency Fund be put into the Constitution. And I think this should be and must be the first constitutional amendment that this House is supposed to do. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the developments, just like as exposed by the member and the mover, the development that this fund has done into the constituencies, you will attest to me that this is the only fund that can be seen to have acted and to have action in this country. The reason why we've got a lot of children crying now, a lot of parents crying, is because this fund is not in circulation now. And I think this fund has got a lot of public support. So for me, Mr. Speaker, I want to say, without mixing my words, that every item of the budget of this government, if it is not anything centering around the NG-CDF and the NGAF funding, it will not be able to reach to the Wanjiko. I know we've got other initiatives that the government want to use to be able to reach to the people, the ASLA fund and the rest. This is the only fund, Mr. Speaker, that touches the lives of the persons at the ground. If you look at the ASLA fund, there are conditions for you to be able to meet and reach this fund, the ASLA fund. But the CDF is a fund that cuts across all. And so as we do the amendments, Mr. Speaker, as we actually take this to the public for debate and for inputs of suggestion, I want is to be looked at in this way, Mr. Speaker, and this is the reason why I have stood. It is stated, and I want to appreciate what you've said, that there are drafters in this House that are picking what members are saying for it to be included when the final bill comes up. I do not understand why this funding was only locked to security and education. I think there are other things that this fund is supposed to do, and because we have been given time now as members of parliament to actually put this into our constitution, I want the members and also the members of the public, the members of this House and the members of the public, including the Senate, to open up the space that this fund can do. Currently, as we speak, Mr. Speaker, we actually know that Schedule 4 of the Constitution gives effect to what the national government can do and what the county government can do. CDF is anchored on the national government. And I want it to be clear, because if you look at what the national government does, sometimes we find that there is a replication of what the county government are doing. Water, for example, is done at both levels and different capacities. I will want, Mr. Speaker, to urge this House to consider including water, because the people that are suffering even now are the members of parliament. People are calling the members of parliament even to supply water. And yet, we are told this is a county government function. I want members, as we debate on this motion, as we look at how we can actually entrench this into constitution, for us to look at how CDF can be able to handle the issues of water. In any case, 80% of Kenya, 85% is arid and semi-arid. And the issue of water is key. As we look at education and everything else, members, let us consider including this provision of water in this CDF, and this is our fund, and this is the fund that can make an impact. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Jane Kihara.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for